Please, have a seat.
Thank you.
How are you?
I'm excellent.
You're excellent.
It's wonderful to be in Milan.
Yeah, are you ready for your show?
I am so ready.
Okay.
I am so ready to tell my stories about Sex and the City, the origin story of how I created Sex and the City, why I invented Carrie Bradshaw,
Yeah.
and what happened to me afterward.
And we want to hear everything. We have a small break and then we'll be right back with you here. Ci fermiamo per
Fantastic.
una piccolissima pausa pubblicitaria e poi ritorniamo con Candace tra poco. Stasera c'è Cattelan, non andate via!
Stasera c'è Cattelan, stasera c'è Cattelan, stasera c'è Cattelan.
Bentornati a Stasera c'è Cattelan. Candace Bushnell è qui con noi. Domani sarà al Teatro Arcimboldi di Milano e il 23 febbraio a Trieste per il suo show. Ci siamo lasciati con un sacco di cose di cui parlare. So I think we can start with one of the biggest character of Sex and the City, which is the city. When you first moved to New York.
Well, I first moved to New York when I was very, very young, when I was 18. And I tell this story in my show. And I arrived with no money, and I had one phone number. And I called that number, and it was a man. And then, of course, he wanted to be my boyfriend.
Yeah, of course.
So there you go.
I bet he did. I bet he did. Yeah.
And then I tell a very naughty sex story about a threesome.
Right off.
Yes, right off the bat, in the first 5 minutes.
Wow.
Yes.
That's a good technique, I think. Yeah.
Well, they say you should always start a TV series with a sex story.
Ah, okay, yeah. To
there
keep
you go.
Yeah, to keep the
Sex
viewer.
or romance.
Yeah, so what's the story of Sex and the City? It started as a column on The Observer, then a book, and then a TV show?
Yes, it started as a column in the New York Observer, and then it became a book. But while I was writing it, people were faxing it to their friends in LA. So this was back in the mid-90s when people had fax machines.
Okay.
So they would send it to their friends, and I started getting calls saying, we want to turn this into a movie or a TV series. And I didn't pay that much attention.
Were you happy about that? You didn't care?
Yes, I was happy, but I was like, whatever.
Whatever.
So, you know, I was busy with the real Mr. Big.
Ah.
So I was dating the real Mr. Big. We came to Milan. We went to Fashion Week.
So there is a real Mr. Big in your life?
Well, there was a real
there
Mr.
was.
Big.
Okay.
Yes.
Who
I didn't end up marrying him.
Who was he? Are you still in touch with him? Are you still friends?
Yes. I talked to him maybe a couple of months ago. And he says he's going to write a memoir all about him.
Okay. Are you scared to be in that memoir? Not at all?
No, because honestly, I'm just a small part of his life.
Okay.
I thought maybe I would be a big part, but no. You know men.
Yeah.
It's all about themselves and their ego.
Yeah, maybe a little bit, yeah, maybe a little bit. And you are the real Carrie Bradshaw.
Yes.
Yeah, how did you came up with the name, first of all?
Well, well, first of all, for the first column, I went to a sex club.
Okay.
And this was a sex club where to me, all of the men looked like psychiatrists, therapists. Okay. We call them shrinks.
Yeah, the shrinks.
And
of course,
people were performing oral sex on these men for an hour. And
while you were there?
Happened.
While you were there?
Yes, I mean, I walked by, I saw the guy. Then I come back. 45 minutes later, he's still there. So there you go. And so I thought, okay, this is very funny. So I wrote the story, and then my mother called me up And she said, oh, we have a subscription to the New York Observer. We'll read it every week. And my parents were very conservative.
So
and they
bad news.
told me, do not embarrass the family. So I thought, oh no, I've just went to a sex club. And I was in a panic. And then it came to me like a bolt from above. I am Carrie Bradshaw.
Yeah,
like
of
that,
course you are. Yeah,
literally.
Yeah, okay. And yeah, that's an amazing story. And what about the other friends, like Miranda and are they real?
Yes, they are real. And I started writing about my Samantha a very long time ago because she was my friend. I knew her since I was maybe 24. She knew everything about men.
Okay.
If you had any question about men,
You go to her.
ask her.
Yeah.
You ask her. She knew everything. So I would always put her in my stories, but she had different names. I think I called her Jennifer, then maybe I called her Ellen, and then finally I called her Samantha.
Yeah,
and
because it
that was
fits.
the name that stuck.
Yeah. That's the name. That's the name. And if you wrote Sex and the City today, have you ever think about it? How would it been different from?
Well, it would be a lot about the dating apps.
Yeah, the technology and dating apps.
You
yeah.
know, meeting people on dating apps. I personally am on a couple of dating apps.
So you think Carrie Bradshaw would have been on dating apps?
Yes, I
Maybe
think they
Tinder?
would have all been on dating apps. And Samantha would have definitely been on Raya. And
What is Raya?
Raya is the most exclusive dating app. You have to apply.
I don't think I could, but yes.
I think
thank you.
you probably would.
Yeah.
And actually, there are people on it and they are married. But if you're married, you say, just looking for friends.
And
that's
it.
the
And you get
key.
away with it.
Yes.
Okay.
But you
are on
Google
that
the person.
You are on that social media.
Yeah,
Can you call
Raya.
it social media? No, a dating app. Yeah. Are you on that?
Yes, it's a dating app.
Okay.
So they would be on dating apps, and they would have all kinds of adventures. And I think that if
Have
I
you met
wrote it,
someone interesting? That's hard.
I met one guy.
Uh-huh.
Well, I've met a couple of guys, but so I went to lunch with one man, and he was around 40, and he ordered a lot of food, and he had 3 drinks at lunch, which I thought was strange, and then he ate nothing because he was manorexic, which is
Okay.
men who don't eat,
Okay.
and then he had no money. So then I paid for all this food that he did not eat.
Did you see him again? Guess not. Yes.
I did.
Really?
But I yelled at him.
Okay, that's fair. That's
So
fair. That's fair.
that's a very
you
bad
using,
thing.
Do you use that app when you go around the world?
Yes.
Are you using that right now in Italy?
Yes.
Did you ride with someone Italian?
Yes, I did. I met a couple of men who lived in Milan.
Wow.
So then I wrote to one, I'm coming to Milan tomorrow. I didn't hear back from him.
Okay, so far no news.
No
Yeah,
news.
no news so far, no news
but
so
I
far.
did meet somebody on the plane coming here
Wow.
who lives not
Yeah,
so
so
far
old
away.
school.
So
That's an old
it's
school
all
meeting.
good.
Yeah,
Yes.
on the plane and stuff like that. Do you still live in New York?
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
Has it changed a lot since you first wrote Sex and the
Well,
City?
I think every place has changed.
Yeah.
Every place has changed. But
Is it still
yes,
fun?
Yes, it is still fun. It is still fun. People still go out. They go to clubs. I don't go out as much as I used to. I used to go out from 7 p.m. I think you guys probably call it like 19 or something.
Yeah, 19.
I don't
yes,
know.
yeah, 19.
20.
No, we call it 7. 7.
7, okay.
Yeah.
7 p.m. Until 4 in the morning.
Wow.
And then you had a schedule of the places you would go. So sometimes you would go to 4 cocktail parties, then a dinner, and then maybe an event, and then you would go to clubs. Sometimes 4 clubs in a night.
It sounds exhausting.
Yes, it
Yeah.
was. It was.
It's a
and
job.
then the next day, I had
Yeah.
to get up and write my column.
Ah, yeah.
So I had to write every day with a hangover.
What's the first